one of the things that I find more and more with plugins nowadays is a lot of them are sort of tone based or like textural, where they're adding saturation and sort of that analog sound. A lot of the time you end up, for me personally, I find that I end up oversaturating things sometimes. I mean, some plugins have got, you can switch in and out the tone of it, which clears things up, but a lot of the time you don't want to be adding saturation and texture. You just want something to do a job, and that's where the Sonnox stuff is brilliant, because it's very clean. It's not, you could have 4 or 5 instances of the same Sonnox plugin, and it's not gonna be adding those textures as well. It's just doing the job you want it to do. And when you've got so many plugins nowadays that are adding those tones and warmth and all that, it's good to have a toolkit of stuff that is really, really clean sounding. This is the Inflator on the mix bus. You'll see that I've got it the last thing in the chain. As a mixer, what tends to happen is you get sent rough mixes as reference points, and they're always really loud. Pretty much all the time they're pretty loud, and this is something that has been approved for mixing, so obviously everyone involved's been listening to it, getting used to it. That would include your label, your artist, the management, so everyone's used to the rough mix, right? And that's the benchmark that you need to start. That's your starting point, because they're usually so loud. I need to deliver something to them that's, if not as loud, somewhere close, where people aren't going to go, it's not as good as the rough mix. So there's not a lot of ways of getting level into mixes without artifacts, and that's where the Inflator, I think, comes in. And it's a great tool for actually just getting more level out of something, but without hearing anything, any compression or any sort of knock-on effect to it.
Give me your all, this is the final call, it's your last chance. Holler if you're coming with me, stand tall, this is the final call for all passengers. Holler if you're coming with me, are you coming with me, are you coming with me? It might be your very last chance.
It's not overdoing it, it's not overcooking it, it's not clipping, you can't hear any compression as such. And I think that 65% setting seems to be about right for most of the time when I'm using it. It's like you can go further with it, but it just starts sounding a bit crazy then, because you can get so much level out of it if you need to. But I'd say that's a good balance between it being exciting and energetic and not actually hearing any distortion or anything. So.